As the dust settles on the Stefon Diggs trade to Siberia, it's clear now that the Vikings have a need at wide receiver. Fortunately, having 2 first-round draft picks as well as a lot of draft capital is really nice to have, right? So why not go after the numero uno wide receiver in this draft class in one Jerry Jeudy from Alabama? Jeudy escaped. Durr. Name the movie. Get the reference. You're an all-star. Anyways, background on Jerry Jeudy. 6'1", 193-pound true junior from Alabama. Turns 21 in April. So, got age going for him. Former 5-star recruit coming out of Deerfield Beach High School in Pompano Beach, Florida, which is basically north of Miami. It's like north of Hollywood. You know what I mean? Part of Alabama's 2017 recruiting class. Was an early enrollee at Alabama and was a true freshman contributor in their 2017 national title team. Had 1 catch for 20 yards in the national title game. He took over in 2018. That's putting it mildly. Dude was completely dominant, was one of the best wide receivers in college football history in 2018, being Tua's BFF. Well, between Tua's BFF, him and Irv Smith Jr., perhaps you've heard of him. But Jeudy went 68 catches, 1,315 yards, and 14 touchdowns. First team All-SEC, unanimous All-American, Blitnikoff Award winner for best wide receiver in the country, yada, 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 all that stuff. And there was a lot of talks like, maybe Jeudy should just sit out his junior year. Like, what else does he really have to prove? But he came back and had a really solid 2019 as well. 77 catches, 1,163 yards, 10 touchdowns, first team All-SEC, and ended up being Citrus Bowl MVP against Michigan, putting up 6 catches, 204 yards, and a touchdown. And capped off a phenomenal college career. He was great 3 years, and he is done. Combine. He's not a workout wonder. I think a lot of his testing numbers will be held against him. Overall size, very slight of frame. 40 was okay. Jumps, all pedestrian. And that 20-yard shuttle at 4.53, it's a little concerning. That is certainly DK Metcalf territory. He can't turn left. He's like Zoolander. But also, I think some shakeups in the timing of some of the combine testing, making it a primetime TV. I think that could play a factor in, but I frankly don't really care. And if Alabama does eventually have a pro day, or Jeudy does have an informal pro day, I think a lot of that will get cleared up. But also, I frankly don't care because I'm much more concerned of what you see on tape, and dude can just flat out play. Dude is the legit number 1 wide receiver in a potentially historically deep wide receiver class. Cleanest route runner in the draft. Can play both inside and outside, and just massively explosive with the ball in his hands. Every time he gets his mitts on the ball, he is a threat to take it to the house. And just insane high hand coordination as well as body control. In college, it's very rare to see wide receivers who are really comfortable with the back shoulder throw. I mean, that was his bread and butter. I mean, that was Tua and Judy's go-to throw in college. And he plays way bigger than his size. And frankly, he sort of reminds me of Diggs, which, And now I'm not a scared native when it comes to, well, you can't use the draft pick that you trade away for Diggs on a wide receiver. It's just like Randy Moss and Troy Williamson. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of that at all. But here's the thing, too. I think maybe his testing numbers are going to hurt him. I think teams could potentially overthink it. Plus, you see complete burners like C.D. Lamb as well as Henry Ruggs, the third, his teammate at Alabama. You see their testing numbers are just like, whoa, we got to go there. But I think Jeudy is the real deal. He might even make it to 22. Straight up, where some teams maybe overthink it, and I wouldn't be shocked if somehow Lamb or Ruggs or even both of them end up lapping him in the draft order. It wouldn't be that insane. But frankly, if he does fall into the teens, the Vikings are a little bit worried that a team in the teens will poach him. They do have the draft capital to move up, maneuver around a little bit, and get the guy that they want because they do have 11 picks, I think, including 2 first-rounders. I think they could easily make their way up and grab Jeudy, who I think by far and away is in a tier by himself in this year's draft, where, again, it's a very deep wide receiver draft, but I think it's clearly Jerry Jeudy up at the top. And then it's Lamb, and then it's Ruggs, and then it's Chenault from Colorado, who we profiled before, and then I think it's T. Higgins from Clemson, and then it's the Rieger from TCU, and then I think it's everyone else. I think that really is what is going on with this year's wide receiver class. So if the Vikings are #blessed enough to land Jerry Jeudy, I think it's phenomenal day one replacement for Stefon Diggs, and frankly, I think it would be worth moving on from the malcontent Stefon Diggs. So is what it is. Your thoughts? Jerry Jeudy potentially landing with the Vikings. Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work? Pull us some in the Venmo. Plus, give us a follow on social media as well. Until next time, Skol per auction value.